obviously everybody wants to get their deck seen. So I'm going to just have each one of you go down the line and share something that you love to see in the deck or absolutely despise seeing in a deck. You want to go ahead and start, Randy?
Yeah, in the deck, I want to see reality. Okay, and when they show numbers, I want them to be able to back it up. Lots of times they cannot back up the numbers in the pitch deck. And then the other thing is I want to see bios on the team.
Great. So absolutely, we want to make sure all the information on there is factual, but more than anything, it doesn't have to be crazy fancy. It just has to have good supporting information. So the financials, who's running it, what's the operations, what's your projected returns, what's your history, who are you bringing to the table, what's your experience. These things are important for us to understand, for them to be able to give you the money to be able to run with it going forward. So you're having to build that trust, and that's also things you're trying to pick up from those pitch decks. And of course, the numbers.
I subscribe to Marcus Lemonis, the people, process, product. And so the pitch deck should have, what is the product? It's amazing how many people can't describe what the product is. If you can't tell me what you're creating, what you're doing, and within 30 seconds, my eyes glaze, I'm over. Especially if there's math. I can't say anything either. But, the process too, the process of what you're doing. How are you funding it? What is the actual result of what you're trying to create or do? These esoteric profitability numbers and esoteric ideas of where performance come in and play. My father said this, and so I came from an amazing family that my dad risked everything and bought a railroad out of bankruptcy. And he broke the unions in Detroit, did an amazing job to create one of the most successful shoreline railroads in the country. And as he invested and built out his alternative side of investments, he basically said, I've never seen a performer go down. And so you're right. So seeing things, I love best case, base case, and worst case stuff helps out tremendously. And then to your point, the people. Where we've made mistakes, mine personally, in my own capital, what I've done is I have a great product. It looks like the process is right. The company, what they're trying to accomplish and do, the people they weren't financially stable themselves. The company may be okay, but they weren't. And I talked to a couple other family offices, said, yeah, they do hire investigators and go through their own personal financials to see what's going on, because you don't want anything to drag them down as they're, they make, look, when you're desperate, you make desperate decisions. And if it's our money into a company, they're using that company potentially as a piggy bank or so. I have that in one of my companies now I got to deal with.
You see all of that in the deck. That's impressive. It's a lot of information from the deck.
People, process, product.
There you go. All right, Kip, what do you?
Well, again, I'm a little different. I would answer the question this way. I have to rely, because I don't have the resources to do the kind of due diligence that we're talking about here. So one of the reasons I'm a member of this group, Family Office Club, is because I rely on them to do the due diligence. I've got a couple other firms similar to that, especially in private equity situations, where I do rely on them. And again, we like to put, if we're going to do a private equity deal, we're going to put our clients into a fund where they have not one entity that they're invested in, but in one case, for example, the fund has like 40 companies. So we like that idea. The other way I would put it, and we spend a whole lot of our time working on the family side of what the clients that we work with, where we're getting very deep into all of the family issues and the conflicts that we're trying to solve. So again, by working with multiple families, we learn not only about what works in other families, but when it comes to investments, now we can talk to another family that says, how did you experience this particular type of investment? Or maybe they like an investment that they're thinking about going into, but they want to, quote, share it with somebody else, and then we can kind of divide it up among the families that we work with.
Thank you. We are out of time, but I want you just to answer quickly what you look for in a deck, both Todd and Eric, real quick. Patrick took up too much time.
So to echo what Patrick said, 99% of pro formers are, it's a beautiful sunny day every day of the week, and eventually it always rains. And when you're giving a pro forma and you're looking at growth estimates, how far over your skis are you getting when you're trying to grow? And if it rains and I show up at your door, I'm buying you for a fraction of what you were worth 2 years ago. So just a level of reality in the pro formas.
Thank you.
If it doesn't rain, there's no drought, or that's a drought. So, yeah, real quick, I would say I strongly despise, notice the words,
Yes, thank you.
adjectives and adverbs in this. So when people build up everything with these wonderful words that carry no meaning, they're just subjective. I'm not interested in that.
Good point.
That's a key indicator for me. I look for quantitative information.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for being with us today.